Some football matches are decided by moments, others are decided by mindset. Today's fixtures fall into a category that experienced fans understand very well, games where the result is shaped long before the first challenge is made. On paper, these matches look balanced. Some even look unpredictable. But football isn't played on paper. It's played through structure, emotional control, and how teams respond when momentum shifts against them. What makes today's selection special is that each game follows a different rhythm. One is about authority, another is about balance, others are about fine margins, where a single decision changes everything. If you understand how these rhythms work, the final scoreline stop feeling random and start feeling inevitable. This breakdown isn't about chasing drama. It's about reading the flow of the match, understanding pressure, and recognizing when belief matters more than possession. Stay with this all the way through, because every game here tells a story, and by the end, every scoreline will make perfect sense. Let's begin with a match defined by control and patience. Barcelona vs Oviedo. Correct score 2-0. Prediction: Barcelona win. This is a fixture built on authority. From the opening whistle, Barcelona approached the match with calm dominance, focusing on control rather than urgency. There is no rush to impress, no reckless forward movement, just steady possession and territorial command. Oviedo arrive with a clear objective: stay compact, limit space, and survive the early phases. For a while, that plan works. The defensive shape holds, and the game remains quiet, almost slow, but that calm favors Barcelona. The longer the match stays level, the more the pressure grows on the visitors. Every pass stretches the defensive block a little wider, every movement forces another adjustment. The breakthrough comes naturally, not from chaos, but from patience. Once the first goal arrives, the entire dynamic changes. Oviedo are forced to step out of their shell, and that's where the match truly opens. With more space available, Barcelona increase the tempo selectively. They don't overwhelm, they suffocate. The second goal follows as a result of sustained pressure and intelligent positioning. From that point onward, the match becomes about control. Barcelona manage possession carefully, slow the pace when needed, and prevent Oviedo from building any real momentum. Defensively, the structure remains solid throughout. Oviedo struggle to turn effort into genuine threat, often running into well-organized resistance. By full time, the scoreline reflects exactly how the match unfolded: composed dominance, measured attacking, and a clean sheet achieved without unnecessary risk. Arsenal vs Man United. Correct score 1-1. Prediction: both teams to score yes. This fixture carries tension from the very first minute. Not because of chaos, but because of respect. Both teams understand the danger of overcommitting, and that awareness shapes the early stages. The opening exchanges are cautious but intense. Pressing is selective, passing lanes are tightly monitored, and neither side wants to blink first. Possession changes hands frequently, but clear chances are limited early on. As the match settles, confidence grows on both sides. The tempo increases slightly, and risk begins to creep in. One moment of sharp movement, one lapse in concentration, and the deadlock is broken. The opening goal shifts momentum but not control. The response comes not through panic, but through adjustment. The opposing side grows into the match, pushing higher and forcing errors in midfield areas. The equalizer arrives as a natural response to that pressure. With both teams now level, the game becomes a tactical battle rather than an emotional one. The second half is finely balanced. Attacks are measured, defensive lines remain compact, and both teams are aware that one mistake could decide everything. That awareness keeps the scoreline stable. Despite late pressure and moments of danger at both ends, composure wins out. The match closes with both teams finding the net, but neither doing enough to fully take control. By the final whistle, the draw feels fair, a contest shaped by balance, discipline, and mutual respect. Crystal Palace vs Chelsea. Correct score 1-2. Prediction: Chelsea win. This match is driven by contrast in ambition. Crystal Palace approach the game with energy and belief, especially early on, pushing forward and looking to unsettle Chelsea from the start. The opening stages are lively. Palace commit numbers forward, press aggressively, and create moments of discomfort. That commitment is rewarded with pressure that forces Chelsea to stay alert. However, Chelsea remain patient. They absorb the early intensity, knowing that spaces will appear as the game progresses. When Palace overextend, Chelsea begin to find pockets of opportunity. The first goal shifts the tone. Whether it comes early or late, it alters the balance. Palace respond with urgency, pushing forward and refusing to sit back. Their response brings reward, leveling the match and reigniting belief. But that belief comes at a cost. As Palace chase momentum, gaps begin to appear. Chelsea take advantage of one such moment. The decisive goal arrives through composure and timing rather than force. Once ahead, Chelsea shift focus to control. The final stages are tense. Palace push forward searching for another breakthrough, but Chelsea manage the game intelligently, slowing the tempo and limiting clear chances. When the whistle blows, the scoreline reflects a match decided by efficiency and calm decision-making under pressure. Portsmouth vs Southampton. Correct score 0-1. Prediction: Southampton win. This is a fixture shaped by discipline. From kick-off, both teams prioritize structure over risk, resulting in a tight and physical contest. Portsmouth look to stay organized, denying space and forcing Southampton into wide areas. Southampton, in contrast, focus on patience, waiting for the right moment rather than forcing play. The first half is compact and tactical, chances are rare, and every duel feels important. Neither side wants to open the game unnecessarily. As the match progresses, Southampton begin to assert more control. Possession becomes more purposeful, and Portsmouth are pushed slightly deeper. The breakthrough comes from persistence rather than dominance. One well-timed move, one defensive lapse, and the deadlock is broken. Once ahead, Southampton shift gears. The emphasis moves to game management. Possession is protected, tempo is reduced, and risk is minimized. Portsmouth push forward late on, but clear chances remain limited. Southampton's structure holds firm, closing spaces and managing pressure calmly. By full time, the single goal proves decisive. A narrow win built on patience, discipline, and control. Newcastle vs Aston Villa. Correct score 2-1. Prediction: both teams to score yes. This match is defined by momentum swings. From the opening minutes, both teams play with intent, committing forward and testing defensive organization. Newcastle start aggressively, using energy and intensity to push the tempo high. Aston Villa respond with composure, absorbing pressure and looking for moments to counter. The opening goal lifts the atmosphere and opens the match further. Villa respond quickly, capitalizing on space and restoring balance. At 1-1, the game becomes stretched. Transitions are faster, challenges sharper, and both sides sense opportunity. Newcastle regain control through sustained pressure. Their attacking commitment eventually pays off, producing the decisive goal. The final stages are intense. Villa push forward searching for another equalizer, while Newcastle defend with determination but remain dangerous on the break. Despite late pressure, Newcastle hold firm. Both teams find the net, but one side does just enough to edge the contest. The final whistle confirms a match shaped by ambition, openness, and fine margins. Final recap. Let's lock everything in clearly. Barcelona vs Oviedo ends 2-0, with Barcelona in full control and a clean sheet. Arsenal vs Man United finishes 1-1, with both teams finding the net. Crystal Palace vs Chelsea closes 1-2, with Chelsea edging a competitive contest. Portsmouth vs Southampton ends 0-1, a disciplined away win. Newcastle vs Aston Villa finishes 2-1, with goals at both ends. These predictions are built on match flow, structure, and how teams respond under pressure, not hype, not guesswork. If you stayed until the end, you're part of a group that truly understands the game. Keep supporting, keep watching closely, and keep trusting the process. Share this with fellow fans, stay ready for the next fixtures, and respect to every fan who watches football with patience and insight. Until next time, stay locked in.